Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, guys. How are you guys doing today?
Sorry, we're just a couple minutes late. My husband just got home and I was just throwing dinner at him and blah, blah, blah. So sorry, we're a couple minutes late. I hope everybody is doing good. Ruby, guess what it's doing here?
What?
Snowing.
Oh, no way. Are you kidding me?
No, it's
Oh my
snowing.
God. That
It's
is
been
freaking cool.
snowing a good part of the day today.
Well, over here in Hawaii, it's been raining. It's been bad, like flooding everywhere.
There you go. I guess you get the rain and we get the snow.
I'll give you the rain and the sun for the snow.
Yeah. Yeah, Joanna's got snow. I know Sue said that over by Chicago, where she lives, they got like 8 inches. Natalie
Dang.
says it's snowing where she lives. There's snow everywhere, isn't there? I tell
You
you.
don't want me to be around snow because if I got 8 inches of snow, I'd be throwing my kids in that snow.
Hey, you know what? They'd love it. They'd have a blast.
We'd be playing Marco Polo.
They'd have fun.
Yep.
Anyhow, yeah. Hopefully Dale's gonna go out and like plow our driveway because yeah. Are you working on Christmas morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to finish it. I'm almost done and I can't not finish it, you know?
Exactly. I was like, I thought I saw a reindeer. I was like, I see reindeer, right?
You're like,
Yeah.
why are you working on a Christmas diamond painting, Ruby?
Well, I can't even work on a diamond painting right now because I don't have anything in here on my table. My table, I just
No.
finished. So, yeah. I finished that crazy, crazy little badger dude. He's done.
It's okay. We can see your beautiful face. Fine.
There you go. You see me. Yay. Well, I am so glad you guys are here. I did write down a list, which is somewhere in the living room. Yeah, I think it's in the living room. Of course, I'm in the office. It's in the living room. But I did write down a list of everybody who had commented either in the live or after the live, and they made a comment that they were going to join us and stuff.
Yeah.
So I have a list of people, and I will go through and see if, like, in this live, if there's anybody else that's joining us. So we'll go from there. So, yeah. I've already heard from Melly.
Of course. She's like, already finished the book.
Yeah, she asked me, she was like, so how far have you read? And I was like, I've only read the 3 chapters. And she's like, oh, I've read to chapter 10. I'm mad.
No, it was really hard for me not to continue listening to the audiobook.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it in a little bit. Why? I want to know what you feel and think about the book so far.
Yeah. Yeah. The only way that I could actually put it down is because I have another book that I'm reading. So
yes.
Yeah, I was able to put that one down and read the other one. So, and it's weird because both of the books, Kara's like chapter 7, Sue's like chapter 5. Okay, you guys.
Look, y'all need to stop, right? Because y'all can't be doing that to us. Me and Mindy are actually doing the right thing and reading the 3 chapters a week.
That's
Okay.
Right. That's right. See,
y'all can't know more than we do.
Look,
okay.
See, there's my bookmark. I'm only in that far. See? Ashley, chapter 7. You guys.
I see a lot of you guys saying hello. Hi, guys. Hello, Kara.
Hi, everybody. Yep. All these names are familiar. I think I have all of them down on our list there of people who are going to read along with us. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Joe, I'm glad you're here. Joe's a reader that has had like a reading slump for a few years and hasn't read very much. So I'm excited that Joe's gonna pick up a book and read it with us.
Awesome. Yeah. She got her book Joe back.
Yeah.
Like Crojo or whatever, Mojo, whatever you
call Joe.
It. Book Joe.
Joe got the book Joe. Yeah, he talks to me quite often about books. Like
Joe's
yeah.
I thought you said Jill for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Funny story with Joe is for the longest time I didn't really refer to Joe as a he or a she because I wasn't sure. And then one day Joe made a comment. I was like, okay, Joe is a guy. All right, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny though. But Joe's a good guy. Anyhow, yeah. So the first 3 chapters, like I had said, the first 3 chapters, introduce us to, the first, well, all the girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we do get to meet the cook, But yeah.
So like, who goes first? You want to go first?
Go ahead. Go.
Okay. So I'm actually hearing the audiobook version of this.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are not listening to the audiobook, I'm sorry. Because the person who does the voice for this book is amazing. I mean, like, she gets into the feeling, and like, how in chapter 3 their grandma is like basically passing away, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no spoiler alert here, guys, because we're supposed to have read the third chapter, okay?
That's right. That's
so she's dying, and like you can hear it in the woman's voice as she's speaking it. She sounds like an old lady dying. It's so bizarre. So I think that's why I've gotten so much into the story, and I had to stop because I was driving, and I was like, oh, I can't keep on like listening to it, even though her voice is really soothing too,
Yeah. I have never honestly listened to an audiobook, so I don't know. I've never listened to one.
Yeah. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get the kids. You can talk about the book. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. So let's just start off with like chapter 1. Okay. In chapter 1, we meet Jill, right? I got my book. I'm looking at my book. I got to go back and remember stuff, right? So we meet Jill, and what's Jill doing when we meet her? I don't remember. Help me out. What's she doing? They're talking about their birthdays, how close they were to grandma. And this Mimi's. Mimi's is that restaurant, right? They're made and broken by the narrative. Yeah, I'm sure. If you have somebody that's very boring reading a book, you wouldn't want to listen to it, would you? Yeah, exactly. All right. So Jill's making the cake. She's making a cake, right? And I don't know, my mind's gone blank. I didn't have time to prepare. I should have wrote notes, right? I should have wrote notes. You cried, when the grandma was dying? Is that the part you cried at, Joy? When she's dying? Yeah. So which girl do you like the best so far? And which one don't you like? Or what do you have issues with at this point? I'm sure you have some issues with something, right? I know some people already have some issues with a couple people in the book, right? Yeah, she's looking for the recipe. She's trying to make this cake, right? And she's the one that has the partner, am I right? Yeah. And she's got this partner. And they just talk about their relationship with grandma a lot, right? And how close they were and things like that. So,
okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Come over here. Come on. My husband just went back to work, so.
Oh. Yeah, it's not the sister that people don't like, right? No, it's not the sister.
Quit it. Oh, Michael. Jeez.
I eat all your candies.
Okay, eat all my candy. It's fine.
Yeah. So it's Daisy, right? It's Daisy. That's the one that we have some issues with, isn't it? So Mandy and Corey, they're the ones that live in Nantucket. And yeah, I didn't like Daisy. Yeah. So they live in Nantucket. They have the financial business and whatnot.
Here you go.
And the hedge fund. And then, of course, it's the partner's wife, who is kind of,
Wait a second. Daisy. So I read the first 3 chapters and I tried to get to know the 3 girls, but
Yeah.
I think I have to listen more, like all over again or more to get who these girls are. So who was Daisy again?
Daisy is the partner. No, the partner's wife. So
Oh yeah.
remember they have the business, and there's the partner started the hedge fund business together.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. And so it's his partner's wife that isn't very nice. She's just not very nice. She's kind of catty and kind of like, better than you and all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your cat's name is Crazy Daisy. And Corey. Okay, so I gotta remember, who's Corey? Is Corey the partner?
He's like the husband of one of the women.
Oh, is that Mandy's husband? No, Corey is the...
I forgot whose husband, but he's the one that's always out of town working, and the grandma wasn't very fond of him.
Right.
Yeah, but he seemed like a tool.
That is her husband, Mandy and Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Mandy and Corey are the ones they're the husband and wife. And
wait, which one is the one that found her husband cheating on her with another man?
Oh yeah, that's in chapter 3. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Emma. I'll always love you, but I'm in love with Tom.
Oh my god! I was like, are you kidding me?
I know, right? Can you imagine that? I think, like, to say they were married for 15 years, and everybody thought they were like this perfect couple, and then all of a sudden, oh, sorry, I'm in love with, my friend.
Well, at least he told her and wasn't like hiding it for like ever,
Well, 15 years.
Oh damn! Yeah, never mind. Damn, but what if he just became like gay? What if he just like I don't know. We'd have to read more into it, right?
Right. I mean, that would be a shock, wouldn't it? Have your husband come home one day and just be like, "Hey, guess what, honey? Guess what?"
And the sad thing is that she knows the guy because it's his best friend, and they like used to always hang out with each other and even spend the night together. But she never like guessed that they were a couple.
Right.
That sucks.
Just thought they were like just good friends, right?
See, this book makes it where if my husband's best friend comes over and like I'm just gonna be like, look, bro, this is mine. If you fall in love with him,
you're gonna look to make sure nothing looks a little too close or anything.
Yeah, but hey, you're hugging too tightly, guys. I don't care about the bromance.
Was that a coincidence that you were reading this book, Pippa, or did you hear that we were doing it?
Like, I mean, that's pretty messed up. I don't know. I feel bad for her, and then on top of that, she has to go through like the grieving process of losing her grandma. It's like, damn. And she's not telling any of her sisters yet, nobody. So she's kind of like, she has all this like inside of her that she wants to release, but she can't.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah. So, yeah, we knew that they were coming to Nantucket. All of them had their own issues, right? And they all have some issues. I know. I'm going to have a hard time keeping all their names straight, and which sister is which sister. And after 3 chapters, I think I'm still kind of like, who's who again?
Yeah, I'm the same exact way, especially like, how you said that you were a visual learner, so you have to read it.
Yeah.
I am also a visual learner, but at times I can hear it, but knowing that it has different names, I'm like, crap, maybe I should have bought the book too.
Yeah.
Because I have to go back and just take notes. So this next time I'm gonna
take notes for sure. Yep. Oh yeah. So they experimented in college. I remember that. Yeah. They were like, oh, what was that? And then they backed off, right? When they were in college, the 2 guys did.
Jeez.
Went on and, I guess it's not unusual, if somebody thinks they might have feelings for someone of the same sex and they try to,
Believe it or not, this happened to my aunt.
Really?
Oh yeah, it like 100%. And I couldn't believe it. But then I was like, the signs were there actually. Like, it was crazy.
Wow.
And she ended up getting divorced. So this brought back those memories.
Got ya.
Crazy.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's not something that is unusual. I mean, I think we hear about that quite often, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Valerie's like, I forgot to start reading the book. That's okay, Valerie. You can just do 6 chapters for next week. Oh, Andrea said that happened to her aunt as well. Well, you know, it happens, you know. And that's all about, you know, I guess finding yourself and figuring out, you know.
I just wonder what she's going to do after all this, because I can't imagine, like, I mean, I don't think they have kids, do they? Do they have kids in the book?
I don't think they do.
I don't think they had kids. So I think it would have been worse had she had kids with them. But still, I mean, that's like your life being turned upside down. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
That I see. This is why I like this book, because it has, like, I'm going to say 3 to 5 different stories in one.
It does. It has a lot of stuff going on all at the same time. Yeah.
Like, the grandma's a G. She's a gangster. She's like, yeah, I got something for you guys before I die.
So you think that Jill is in love with her business partner, Sue?
I do.
Yeah.
Seriously think I do.
Yeah, you think that she's in love with the business partner.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
I think she has an affair because she's married. Oh, wait, no, she's not married, huh? Does she have a partner?
Yeah, she's married.
Oh, yeah, she's married. Yeah. So I think that she's going to have an affair.
Aren't they all married?
One of them is single, aren't they?
Maybe it's her. Maybe it's one with the business partner. See, I keep getting their names all mixed up. I got to get this straight. I'm taking notes for next week.
Yeah, y'all need to help us since you guys are like 10 chapters ahead of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at all the comments coming in. I can barely catch up.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
see, Jill's single, so she is single.
Okay. Jill's the single one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got ya. Okay.
Who else was sad when the grandma died?
And she's the one that was making the cake, finding the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And has the business partner. Gotcha. All right. And that's Mandy and Corey. And they're the ones that live on Nantucket. And he has the business partner with the cranky wife.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then Emma has the husband that has decided he has a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I got to keep them straight. The cake sounded good. I know, right?
So do you guys, Mindy, do you think that we should read 4 chapters this week?
I don't know. Let's see. How long is 4 chapters? That'd be chapter 4, 5, 6. That takes us to, let's see, page 31 to 81. That's like 50 pages.
Oh, shoot. Well, then I guess we'll keep the 3.
That takes us to like page 71.
Yeah, because I feel like these 3 were like super fast, you know?
They were. I know, right? Okay,
Yeah,
Dan does leave it at 3. Yeah, I think 3 is probably good.
Yeah, and it sucked because I was kind of like, you know, right now I'm watching The Bachelor and I have to wait a whole week to like watch the next episode. And I feel like that's how it's going with this book. I'm like, I want to read more.
You just want to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so one of them was headed home though, right? She was going to go home. She thinks she's going to go home for a while, but they hadn't actually made it to the attorney's office yet by the end of chapter 3.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't actually found out exactly what they need to do, have they? No,
Yeah.
they're meeting at the attorney's office at 11 to go over the will. So they really don't know what's coming yet, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to find out in chapter 4 about the restaurant. They got the restaurant, what they have to do, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, Emma does want to
cool that we know what's going to happen, but they don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, Kara, what do I do now? I'm up to chapter 7. We told you to read to chapter 3. Ruby and I have no idea what happens in chapter 4, 5, or 6.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Y'all know you guys gotta wait, right? If you read ahead,
That's
you guys
right.
gotta wait like I don't know how many more lives. 10 lives later. Oh, finally you caught up, Ruby and Mindy.
Yeah, we're finally caught up and know what they're talking about.
Like, no spoilers, guys.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah. Just slow down, Kara, said Joe. Just read another book while you're, That's what I'm doing. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'll be good and follow the instructions from here on out. Awesome. It ended just when it was starting to get good. Well, that keeps you coming back for more, right?
So I guess the grandma was like, you guys think you're close, but you're not close.
Right.
Remember she said that before she
Right.
died.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll get closer. Maybe, because of their grandma's death and of course, the inheritance, they'll get a little closer.
I think that's what grandma's hoping for, is that this will draw them closer together,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anybody have sisters or brothers that live in, other places, you don't get to see them very often? I think it just kind of, even though you can talk on the phone and you can text or whatever, I think naturally being in different parts of the country,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would be more separated, it'd be harder to keep those connections. But,
Yeah.
like my sister lives like 10 minutes, 15 minutes from me. And so we can see each other. We haven't much lately, because of, the Rona, but I can see her and I can talk to her and we stay closer, right?
Yeah.
My brother lives in Texas and, we don't really talk, and we probably wouldn't talk if we lived in Michigan, but,
Yeah.
But it's hard to, keep those relationships close if you live so far away. Yeah, Pippa's got siblings in Ireland, and that's just harder. So,
Michael.
I wonder though if there's going to be a lot of conflict between like one sister, like trying to tell the other sister. Say, for example, one of them wants to tell the other one, hey, you realize that your partner's wife is and is there going to be conflict because of that? Or are they going to all come together to stand by each other and help each other through their issues, or what's going to happen?
I feel like there's going to be some fighting, definitely.
You think? Yeah.
But siblings always fight. Like when Dominic was here, me and him love each other, but we fought. There's no way. Like, they're not going to fight.
Yep, they probably will. You think Daisy is going to cause major issues? I can see that happening. Mm-hmm. Lots of fights.
Well, remember, one of the husbands has a burner phone. I forgot which one. But usually that means that he's cheating.
Yeah.
So
we will find that out. Mm-hmm. I know sisters can fight. I'm telling you. I mean, me and my sister would fight when we were younger. It wasn't so much when we got older. When we were younger, we would fight a lot.
Yeah.
We don't really fight now. We get along really well now. But
I fight with my sister all the time.
Yeah.
Me and her fight all the time. Even like me being over here. Michael, why you gotta be so loud? Like, seriously, little boy, you're so loud. Michael's my 1-year-old, if you guys did not know.
What's his name? Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, Mom, you're live? Okay, let me make all the noise in the world.
Of course. Oh, your husband's sister and family live 15 minutes, but you never talk or text?
Wow. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's harder when you're not close to each other. I think it takes more work, more work to keep those relationships going. And I mean, you can still share things, and talk to each other and have that shoulder to lean on or cry on or, you know.
Crystal, you're fine. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Crystal, classy, sassy Stitcher, by the way.
Yeah.
So don't worry. If you guys don't have to be here throughout the whole video, okay?
Right.
Like, if you're reading along with us, it's fine. It's not that strict. It's, I know people have lives. Like, I thought I was about to get off because of my little child over here, but totally understandable. Okay, don't worry about it.
Yep.
You're fine. We're not gonna force anybody to stay.
I know. My brother's difficult. I try to, be positive with him and still keep, some relationship, but he's difficult. So, it's hard when you got somebody in your family that's just harder to get along with, or,
I think my problem that I have with my siblings is that I'm older than two of them, and I try to give them advice, and they don't take it as constructive criticism. They take it as like I'm belittling them or I'm being mean, or I don't know, but that's the problem that I have with my younger siblings.
Yeah.
And I think everybody has problems with their siblings,
Yeah.
like to some extent.
Yep. Did you read ahead, Crystal? Do you know more? She's super excited for next week. I know, Sue, you have so many siblings. You have so many dynamics going on. I mean, can you imagine 9 siblings? That's
wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. So like my dad, there was 6 boys.
Wow.
And they had they call them the big 3. That was the 3 older boys. And they were they were like this. They were just tight, and they did everything together. They got in all kinds of trouble and all kinds of stuff, But that was the big 3. And then the younger ones came along. There was just a short break between the older group and the younger group, but it was almost like 2 separate sets of, not that they were separate, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was such an age difference even at that point between the oldest one and the youngest one that they didn't do the same things. They didn't hang out together. They didn't like the same stuff. So,
yeah. Joy says, my sister is in California. I'm in Washington. It was hard when my nephew died last May, and COVID kept us from going to her or having the funeral. We just had the funeral in November. Oh, Joy, I'm so sorry.
That would be hard. Yeah. And Joe, you felt like an only child because they're so much older than you? See, my siblings and I there's 5 years between us. I'm the oldest. And there's only a 5-year span. So, I mean, we're all pretty close in age. Your dad's family had 9. That's a huge family. I mean, I can only imagine what kinds of bickering and different, relationships go on when you got that many siblings,
I mean, I'm not even thinking about the siblings. I'm thinking about all the suffering the parents had to deal with.
Mom and dad. Yeah. Well, at that point, when you have 9, I mean, you got the oldest one that's kind of taking care of the younger ones half the time, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. My 6-year-old, I know he's not old enough to watch his brother or his brothers, but sometimes I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go do a video, stay down here. I give them their food, and they'll just sit down and watch TV. And my 6-year-old will knock on the door like, hey, so Jonathan hit Michael in the face. And I'm like, is he dying? No. I'm like, okay, then you're fine. Goodbye.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. Like my stepdaughter, she's got 3 kids and a set of twins. And oh my gosh, having twins. I don't know if anybody has twins in their family, but whoa, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, they're the same age, so they're into all the same stuff at the same time. But boy, those 2, if anybody's going to go at it, it's going to be the 2 twins are going to go at it with each other, not necessarily with their older brother, So,
yeah.
Go. That's a whole different dynamic right there, let me tell you. But you live with your sister and you take care of her and your mom. Oh, no, see, that is nice. That's nice, That's awesome. You're the baby and the only girl. I can't imagine being the youngest, being a girl, and having two older brothers. Ours was the opposite. The two girls were older. My brother was younger. So my brother got lots of picking on by us girls. Yeah.
If you guys hear stuff in the background, Michael's playing with some Christmas decorations that I gave to him because they're kind of like balls. So if you hear that noise, he's entertaining himself.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Your husband's daughter has twin boys. I know. Well, our twins are a boy and a girl. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. And, you know, there's only one girl. The youngest one's, you know, one of the twins is a girl. And boy, man, she needs to, like, she can hold her own sometimes. I'm telling you what. So we don't know their ages, do we? Like who's older or anything in these sisters? Like which one's the oldest? Do we know that? Does it matter? Do you think it matters? Who's older or who's younger? I mean, I've often thought that your like placement in the family lineup, you know, has an impact on your relationships. Don't know. Yeah, I don't think we know who's older yet, though, do we? Like, who's gonna come out ahead? So, do you agree that like oldest child is a certain way? I mean, stereotypically, you know, not always, but stereotypically, the oldest child is one way, the middle child's one way, the youngest child. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I totally believe that. Yeah. It's 100% true.
Yeah, I really do think that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You got blackmailed all the time to do things. See? Yeah. I mean, the oldest is usually the one that has had to take on more responsibilities and, you know, like we broke the path for everybody. You know, they say like the oldest child, like we didn't get to do this or that.
Yep.
Rules were really, you know, more strict with the oldest kid. And then by the time you get to the next one and the next one, it's like, then the rules have been established, but then they're lax. And
no, that is 100% true. And I know this because it goes with also being protective over your children. So like when I first had Anthony, I didn't even let him eat off the floor. Like when he would drop something or if he got hurt, I'd run to him. And then I had Jonathan. Yeah. And then I had like Jonathan and he, you know, that was my second child and he would get hurt. And I was just like, and then I'd still go to him, but I'd hesitate. And now I have Michael. When he falls, I'm like, get up, you're fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Or when he eats off the floor, I'm like 5-second rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they got it a lot easier than my older one.
So you guys are making a prediction that you think Jill is the oldest. Okay. We'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. Maybe it doesn't even matter. I don't know. But I would think that we'll find out and it comes into play somehow, you know? So anyhow. Okay. So did we decide that we're going to read 3 chapters this week? Does that seem like enough? I know, Kara, you'll have the week off because you're already, you know. Oh, you called your oldest sister Mommy Lois?
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Lots of times the oldest one starts to just take charge or take care of everybody or, you know, has expectations to be a certain way. So I'll tell you what, in my family, I was the kid. I was the oldest and the rules were there and I didn't break the rules. I didn't break the rules. I did what I was supposed to do.
Mindy.
I didn't. I really didn't.
I'm just kidding.
I know. But then, boy, my sister came along and my sister was like, okay, I know what the rules are. And now I'm going to challenge every single one of them. That was my sister. So. And
was she was the second or? Okay. So yeah. Yeah.
And then by the time my brother came along, it was just like, what were the rules again? Because he, you know, if there was a rule, he couldn't have told you what it was or, you know, what he was supposed to do or not do. He was rebel without a cause or, you know. Yeah, That's my brother.
So are you close with any of your siblings?
What?
Are you close to any of your siblings?
Yeah, my sister. Yeah.
Oh.
Especially now with my mom going through everything she's going through. My sister and I talk a lot about my mom and things like that.
Oh.
Yeah. And, throughout the years, we've talked about husbands, boyfriends, this and that,
Yeah.
She had a cheater. I had a cheater,
Mm-hmm.
We had lots to talk about and commiserate and, help each other through and stuff like that. So,
Well, that's nice.
yeah. Yeah. See, Ashley agrees. Yep. You were the rule follower. Sister pushed it. And your brother was like, forget it. No, do what I want to do. Yep. That's how it was at my house. So, yeah. Natalie said, sounds like us. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how their lineup and the, family dynamic plays into how they react with each other or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. All right. Well, I think that we're about done. 3 chapters wasn't a whole lot to talk about, especially when I didn't remember half of it. Like I said, I'm going to take notes this time as I read.
Yeah, same. I'm like, who's who again? They're all sisters, but they all have issues. I don't know.
Right. And which sister had which issue? I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm like, which husband cheated on her with a man?
Exactly. All I can remember is that one of them has this business partner. One of them lives in Nantucket and her husband has a business partner with a wife who's a bitch. And
yeah.
And the other one has a husband who's gay. So
Mindy, I like that you said the B word because you didn't say it earlier. So
I know. I say that sometimes. I do.
Awesome. Mindy.
All right. So 3 more chapters for next week. Do we want to Tom and Peter cheating on Emma? Yeah. Well, there we go. The cheating thing, right? There's probably
I want someone to cheat on someone in this book. Someone has to cheat.
Oh boy. Do we want to meet on your channel next week or mine?
We can switch off to mine next week.
Okay. So you all heard it. We're going to go on Ruby's channel next week with the next 3 chapters. So get through chapter 6. All right? Through chapter 6. Read 4, 5, and 6. And then we'll probably have a lot more to talk about because we'll have a lot more information. Yeah. All right. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? Are we all straight? We're all squared away? Sounds good. Same time. Yep, 6:30. That works. 6:30. Same time. Ruby's channel. Pippa's looking forward to the next 3 chapters. Me too. Yeah, it's going to get pretty good in the next 3 chapters.
They need to make a show out of this book.
Yeah.
How big would it be, though?
Nellie shared with me that the author, Pamela Kelly, just came out with a new book. And she has another series. It's another Nantucket series.
Mm-hmm.
And a new book came out. So,
well,
and I think I started following her. Where did I start following her at? Somewhere.
Instagram, maybe?
I don't know. I think it was Facebook. I'm not positive, but I think it was on Facebook. But I'm going to have to check out some of her other books and see what she's got.
I'm actually really enjoying this type of book because you know how I don't read these types of books. It's actually really good. I'm really enjoying reading this book. So thank you for that.
Cool. That's awesome. Great. Yeah, I'm reading another book that is totally out of my wheelhouse completely.
What is it?
I'm reading The House in the Cerulean Sea.
What is that about?
Okay, it's about an orphanage for magical children.
Oh.
And they're not just magical. They're like, one is a gnome and one is a sprite. And they're like different kind of, very interesting.
Oh, so it's like a sci-fi fantasy?
Kind of, yeah. But it's I can't put that book down. I just want to keep reading that one.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's very interesting, but totally something I wouldn't read. So, and that came just as, a recommendation all over YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Your channel is called Ruby Q Krafts. There it is. Thank you, Maritza. There's Ruby Q.
Thank
Ruby Q
you.
Krafts. Oh, I know. I love Ellen Hildebrand. She is one of my favorites. No, I think you got it right, Daniel. I think that's right.
So,
Yeah, I love her books.
so Maritza, my girl, came back. Where you been
Yeah.
at? I miss your
Melly
laugh
goes
and your
first.
face.
Well, thank you, Melly. Cool. My kind of book. Awesome.
I'm
All right.
reading that. What is that one? Oh my God, John Gacy, like the trial of like the person who defended him. That's what I'm reading.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like a very disturbing book.
Yeah. And I don't do disturbing. I don't want to be creeped out. I can't stand being creeped out. I have enough things in my head that creep me out already. So, reading creepy stuff is just like, no, it's too much. Too much. Can't do it. But you know
I'll
what?
get you there one day. I'll get you there.
Because of you, I did just start a book of the month club, and I got my first book.
Yes.
I
I'm so
know.
excited for you. You're going to love it. I'm telling you, you're going to love it.
Coming. I can't remember what it is now, but it's on the way, I guess. So.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, my dogs are whining. They want to go out and go to the bathroom, and I'm going to get off now. And have a great evening. And we'll see you next Tuesday on Ruby's channel. And talk about the next 3 chapters. How's that sound? Just sub to Ruby. There you go. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now you know where she's at.
I'll see you guys.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Okay. Have a
Bye,
great
guys.
day. Okay. Bye.